In this episode, I will be discussing the 10 principles that will help athletes be successful. Whether you're playing soccer, football, baseball, basketball, or any other sports, these 10 principles will help you to be successful. I played pro soccer in Europe, Africa, and USA. I also played for Nigerian national team, University of San Francisco, and the San Diego Nomads. I was also offered a contract to play in MLS, which I declined at the time. But during my career at the University of San Francisco, I was All-American, MVP, captain, and also the MVP of Pacific Conference. I also have a strong education background. I have MBA in business. I have MS in computer information system. I also have BS, of course, from University of San Francisco. I've been coaching youth soccer for over 20 years, including all ages, high school ages, professional teams, and high school players. My goal is to share, motivate, encourage, teach young and adult players to learn these principles, because I strongly believe that these principles will help them to be successful. The 10 principles that I've been talking about are passion, focus, discipline, perseverance, determination, confidence, aggressiveness, team player, eagerness to learn, positive attitude. Let me first talk about passion. For you to play any sports, you have to have the passion. You have to love that game, whether it's sports, whether it's soccer, baseball, basketball, or any sports. You have to love it. You have to enjoy the game. You have to have the passion for you to be successful. That's number one. Number two, you have to be focused. You can't be distracted from so many different things. You can't let other things distract you. You have to focus. Even if you're in the game, you don't let side talks, for example, or during practice, doing side talks, using your phone, talking unnecessarily. You need to pay attention. You need to focus on what the coach is talking about. During the game, the same thing applies. You need to focus. Without focusing, you will be making a lot of mistakes. But if you focus on your game, focus on your part, focus on your role, you will be able to do well in that game, or even practice. And these 10 principles, by the way, also apply in other aspects of life. It's not just in sports. So these 10 principles will help other people other people that are in other careers, not sports. This will help you. Then let's talk about the third principle, discipline. You have to be able to set a goal, a reasonable goal, and work towards achieving those goals. You have to follow through. You can't set a goal that you're going to practice twice a week, or 3 times a week, or 5 times a week, then you fall short of that goal. You have to be disciplined to be able to fulfill your goals. It's important you have to have a goal. Whether you are a young player starting out, I encourage young players, adults, or professionals to have a goal. What are they trying to accomplish? You have to set a goal. What you are trying to accomplish in life are very important. Then the next one, is perseverance. Even when things are not going well, you're practicing or during the game, you cannot give up. You have to continue to try. You have to, continue to believe in yourself that you will do well. Let me give you one example. During the time I was a young star playing for Nigeria, there were a couple of games that I played that the first time I got into the field and I saw 50,000 people, it scared me. But due to the fact that I was in top condition, I was able to understand that whatever it takes, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful. Then during that game, my first pass, I made a wrong pass, but I didn't give up. I believed in myself. Then the second ball that I received, I made a good pass. And from that, I started playing well. I started distributing the ball, running into space, communicating with my teammates, and listening, very important, to my teammates, their instructions and my own instructions. And I was able to play that game successfully, and I was able to do very well. And from that game, I became a regular in the national team. Another principle that I will talk about is determination. Determination is very important. You have to be determined. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can achieve anything, including soccer or basketball. If you look at these players, whether it's LeBron or Stephen Curry or Ronaldo or Michael Jordan or Messi or any other top players in the world, in soccer, baseball, any other stuff, these players are very determined. You can even watch their game. When you watch their game, watch their videos, or watch their live game, you can see how determined they are. Even in baseball, I'm not really into baseball, but sometimes I do watch baseball. I see how they will go so determined, trying to catch the ball that was trying to go over the fence. And a lot of times those players, they will catch that ball. Very outstanding. I enjoy watching that. Despite the fact I don't watch the game as regularly as I should, but very important. You can see these principles in every sport. Then the next one, the sixth one, is the confidence. Very important. How do you build the confidence? You have to build the confidence by practicing, setting that goal, fulfilling the goal, during the game, making important plays, running into space, receiving the ball. That's how you build your confidence. When you make mistake, you pick yourself up. And the next period, you do better. You try to do better. Then you build your confidence. Confidence, you cannot buy confidence with money. It's something that you have to build. You have to build it, and you have to build it through practice, being in top shape, listening to your coach, listening to other people's critique, believing that you want to get better, and you want to get better. With that in mind, and with that, you build your confidence. Then the next one is aggressiveness. This is something that sometimes I see in a lot of soccer players, young, old, they're not aggressive. I develop strategies, drills, to help them to be aggressive. And sometimes I play one-on-one with them, and I challenge them, because when they see 50-something-year-old man playing one-on-one against him or her, and I'm winning the ball, they want to fight, they want to make sure that they get that ball. So I use myself, because fortunately I'm still in top shape, I still play. So when I play one-on-one during my personal training or team training, I play one-on-one with them. Even when we play full-size game, 11v11, I also participate in the game, and they will see me, playing, running into space, communicating, getting the ball and distributing. They, most of the time, wanted to challenge me. They want to do better than me. and they are so challenged, they want to do better. So I use myself to help them to get more aggressive. I do other trainings for them, also to help them to be more aggressive. One-on-one against other players, stronger players than them, and that helps them to build that aggressiveness. Then team player, you have to be a team player. This game, whether it's basketball or soccer, it's not tennis, individual player. It's a team player. You have to be a team player. You have to be able to play with your teammates, encourage them, call when you are open to receive the ball, be positive, distribute the ball, run into space. You need to learn your teammates and understand them. Understand when they're making runs, where to put the ball. This is very important. You cannot learn this if you are not a team player. So for you to be successful, you have to play and you have to learn how to play as a team in any team that you are in. If not, you are not going to be able to make it. Very important, because basketball, soccer, baseball, these are all team games. You have to be able to play like a team. Very important. Eagerness to learn is another principle. It's the 9th principle. Eagerness to learn. You have to be eager. You have to be eager to learn. You have to always search for different ways to progress, to learn new ideas, to ask questions. Tell your mom or your dad to watch you and critique you. Ask your coach after the game, what did he think? Where do you need to work on? These are things you need to do in any sports to be successful. You have to be able to have the attitude to learn. This is one of the things that I did when I was growing up. I will have like 2 of my friends or 3 of my friends critique me. Counts for me how many times I made wrong passes during the game. And what do they think in my game? I always want feedback, always get feedback, you know, to be able to learn and succeed in this game. Then the last one is positive attitude. This is an area that a lot of players don't have it. And then you have to be positive. Being positive is not just helping your teammates, it's helping you to be in a good stage, good set of mind. Because when you are positive, when you are optimistic, when you believe, you will always do well. You will always be free to, do whatever you set to do. You have to be positive. To your teammates, to yourself, you have to also be encouraging. You have to be constructive when you're having a discussion, when you're criticizing your teammates. You have to be constructive. Positive is everything. And it's not just in sports. In everything you do in life, if you are positive, you will be very successful in dealing with people. In one of the books that I wrote, I talked in one chapter about how to be positive. And you can also see the book in my channel. If you get into the channel and subscribe, you will see my books as well. And you can also purchase the book. These things, anything, any information, any ideas that you get can also help you to be a complete positive player. These days, talented players are struggling because of lack of these 10 principles. They are focusing on playing video games, using their phone 24 hours a day, alcohol, sex, smoking. This is another area that I'm going to talk about: discipline, self-discipline. It's important. You need to avoid playing video games. If you want to be successful, you need to focus on your game. You need to focus on your game 100%. You can, of course, you have school, you have other things for people that are going to school, but video game, When you become successful, you can buy as many video games as possible, like LeBron or Ronaldo. Now, he can buy any kind of video game. He can buy millions of video games. But if Ronaldo, when he was growing up, he was consumed with video games, he will not get to the level that he's in right now. So I'm advising any young player or even an adult to focus and avoid video games. Even if you want to play video games, there are video games about soccer. Whatever game that you are in, whether baseball, there are video games about baseball. Use that to learn and improve your game. But don't spend a lot of time playing video games. Another issue, phone. These days, you will see a lot of good players. They either drop out in soccer. These are players that I would have made it to professional level, but due to phone. They are always on their phone. During practice, they can't wait to get off practice so that they can go to their phone. They are not doing anything extra, because it's not just practicing with your coach. You have to be able to do extra practice to be successful in sports. You don't depend on your coach or your parents to advise you. You need to be able to get out in the field, do some drills, jump on the ball, dribbling, heading, jumping, fitness training. You have to do extra. You can't just go to practice, go home, and that's it. You have to do extra. You have to make sure that you avoid your phone, because the phone right now, it's distraction. To even adults, you can see a lot of accidents in the streets all over the world because people are using their phone while they're driving. They are not focusing to what they're doing, and it's resulting. This is a typical example. It's resulting to accident. It's the same thing. If you're not focusing in your game, all the time you're on the phone, you will lose out. You are not going to be successful in soccer. But of course, I want you to be successful. And that's why I'm advising you to limit the use of the phone. Focus on the game. Focus on what you are trying to accomplish. Don't let the phone distract you. Another thing is sex. While you're trying to achieve what you want to achieve, you don't need to be engaged in anything that will distract you. Whether it's sex, I will quote the Bible. In one of the chapters in the Bible, it says that if your right hand is going to cause you to sin, cut it off. The same thing applies. If sex or girls will prevent you from reaching your goals of becoming a professional athlete or even playing in college, and if sex or girlfriends will prevent you, let it go. You have all the time. And one thing you need to understand, this is the truth. Some people can argue on this. When you are nobody, no girl wants you. And this is a fact. Even guys, when you're nobody, nobody wants you. But when you're somebody, when you sign a professional contract, you will see in social media, everybody wants to be your friend. And this is the truth. So why letting phone or sex or video game distract you? There is time for everything. There will be time for girls. And when that time comes, you enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. But don't let sex, phone, or games, video games distract you. Very important. Another thing is the alcohol. Some young players engage in alcohol. You don't need that. When I was playing, I wasn't involved in drinking alcohol. I started drinking when I was like 24, 25. I didn't drink during the time I was playing. Sex, there was a time I did not even have sex for 2-3 years to be able to be successful, to be able to make the Nigerian team. Because You know, and in those days, we were told that when you have sex, it will affect your performance. So I tried my best to refrain from that. I focused on my game, and I didn't let anything, you know, distract me. Whether it's alcohol, phone, sex, or video game. I didn't let that disturb me. The next one is smoking. There is this new cigarette, electronic cigarette. It's very dangerous. But they make it sound like it's cool. So these young players get involved in electronic cigarettes. You don't need that. It's distraction. It's not good for your health. Let it go. Focus on your game. You will get to your destination. I promise you. You know, there are a lot of talented players who are distracted by these things that I mentioned. So, if you're still a young player, adult, you want to accomplish, you want to be the best you can be, avoid these things that I mentioned. Look at LeBron, Ronaldo, Lionel, Messi, Ronaldinho. There are so many names to call. These are successful soccer players, successful basketball players, successful tennis players, Tiger Woods. All these players sacrifice, you know, so much to get to the level they are in. Why not you do the same? Sacrifice. Don't let these distractions distract you from accomplishing. I've seen a lot of players that could have made it to pro, even in basketball, but due to lack of discipline, one of those principles, due to lack of focus, they never got to the final destination. So I am encouraging young and adult players to focus, to practice, ask questions, be a team player, communicate, distribute your balls during the game. Don't hold the ball too long when you don't have to. These are some of the things that I will be talking about in my other tapes. But I want to mention them right now because these things will also help you to be successful. So I'm encouraging everyone watching this video to please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to that channel. In that channel, you will see some of my games. You will also see some of the books that I've written. You will also see some of my interviews in the television and so many other places. This will help you to learn and understand the 10 principles. Thank you for watching. I'm wishing you the best.